Hi, I'm Steve Zyskowski, and I'm the founder of Caerusnet. Today, we are talking about ReferralTopia, and I'm absolutely honored and thrilled to have Anthony Ianni with me today. Anthony is our headline speaker at ReferralTopia this year on May 19th. He's a former Michigan State basketball player. He's also the first NCAA Division I player on the autism spectrum, and he's authored a book called Centered, which was recently released. I'm really deep into it right now myself. It is a great read, sharing his story and the challenges that he faced and overcoming. So, Anthony, thanks so much for spending some time with me today. And perhaps you could do me a favor and just share with our audience what it is you'll be talking about at ReferralTopia this year.
Thanks for having me, Steve. It's awesome. So this year I'll be talking about, my story growing up with autism. And how I was able to transition in my life, through elementary school, or I should say from my diagnosis to elementary school to middle school to high school and then college, and to where I'm at in the real world today. Because, I know a lot of people out there want to know, number one, what is it like living in the real world, being on the autism spectrum? What is it like being a college basketball player on the autism spectrum? But more importantly, like, what were some of the obstacles and challenges that you had to overcome and endure during your time as a college basketball player, or during your time in high school, or in elementary school and middle school. So I'll be sharing about my life journey growing up, as well as, some of the different ways that, some people can get through the tough days and challenges in life as well, just through my story.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be incredibly inspiring. Our audience is going to be primarily entrepreneurs, so they're people that definitely understand challenges and having to pick themselves up by the bootstraps. And then not only that, but they're family people, right? And they've got family as well. And understanding your story, I think, is going to be a difference maker for a lot of folks. Let me ask you another question, Anthony. We are supporting Kids on the Go, which is a nonprofit that you were moved by. Can you tell us a little bit more about Kids on the Go?
Yeah, so Kids on the Go, Steve, is a nonprofit organization out of St. Clair Shores, Michigan, so not too far from Detroit. And I met the founder and the president, Christy Shana. So Christy, long story short, is a Michigan State alum, and she had heard about me and my story. And so we met at their Kids on the Go gala about, a little over 7 years ago now. And so she wanted me to speak at it. And then afterwards, maybe 2 months went by, she called me asking, hey, would you be willing, how would you feel about doing an autism hoops camp with Kids on the Go this summer? And so, I fell in love with the idea. We put the camp together. We got some volunteers who know the kids really well, the campers. And so it's been going strong now for 8 years this summer. So it's just been a thrill. But it's not just basketball that Kids on the Go does. They do baseball, soccer, football. They just started football a few years ago. They also do a lot of individual classroom work as well for their summer camp, and they do a lot of incredible things year round. And so, Kids on the Go and Christy and her staff have a really special place that's near and dear to my heart, because, we started this camp together and it's been successful. And just seeing where these kids have started when they were like 8 years old, and now seeing how most of them are 14, 15, 16 years old now, which is ridiculous. And just seeing how far they have come as individuals, and not just as basketball players, but just like how far they have come despite being on the autism spectrum. I mean, Kids on the Go just does an incredible job with these kids. And, that's why, when you and I talked not too long ago, you said, what's one organization that, if you could make a donation to? I immediately thought of Kids on the Go, because of the hard work that Chrissy and her staff puts into, it definitely does not go unnoticed.
Well, we're really excited to be supporting such a fantastic organization, and hope that we have a lot of people that are going to be picking the donation ticket for ReferralTopia this year. So one other question I've got for you too, Anthony, is I know you are a professional speaker now as well too. You've authored a book. You've got a lot of really exciting things going on. And I know that you like also talking to students. You like going to schools. Tell me a little bit about your rallies, and if that's something that you're still open to, in case somebody in our audience happens to want to speak with you about that. Tell me a little bit about how that whole thing works.
Yeah, so that's my anti-bullying presentations I do, and it's geared toward grades 3 through 12. I tried to do K through 2 before, but I have a 7-year-old first grader. Just the attention span, doesn't really last for a 45-minute presentation. So And plus it gives elementary schools an excuse to bring me back, 2-3 years down the road. But yeah, so I've been doing anti-bullying presentations for now over 9 years. And it's just been something that I really enjoyed because, I bring a really good message of be careful what you say and do to others because you never know who that person will be like in the future, as well as not going out and being the change you wish to see in life, but to go out and make that change you want to see in life as well. And so just the interactions I have with students and teachers and the administration, not just in the state of Michigan, but all over the country. I mean, it's one of the biggest reasons why I do what I do. And obviously my goal, Steve, just like when I speak at your event, it'll be to inspire at least one person because that's all it takes in life is just to inspire one person. So for me, if there's anybody interested, in bringing me into their son or daughter's school, or maybe they work in a school themselves, I mean, I'm definitely more than open to doing that as well. Because again, any chance I can go into a school and bring messages like that to students, I mean, it's definitely worth everything that I do.
Okay, well, we're super excited for May 19th. I can't wait for that day and to be amazed by your fantastic presentation. We really appreciate you. And the final thing that I'll mention is that, ReferralTopia and Caerusnet, we're a relationship-driven organization. All of the businesses that are a part of our organization, they want to be the difference for their clients. They're not transaction-oriented. They want to get to know their clients, friends, and family. And in that, I also wanted to say thanks to Jason Tracy, because Jason Tracy is also our leadoff speaker that day, but he was also the one who recommended that you and I connect and that you be our headline speaker. So again, just another example of referrals and relationship. Without them, you and I would have not connected. So I'm really looking forward to May 19th. Anthony, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it, man.